By hiring the right local companies first. To see reviews from consumers near you, visit angieslist.com today.
Who put that on your car? How did that get there?
You guys calm down. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
That's your agent. Hey, Sarah.
Oh, I'm next. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there with a giant stuffed panda bear.
That's what you're going with?
No, with Bob Barker.
And a new car.
Yes!
Oh.
State Farm agents are there when you need them.
Coming up next on Weather Center, a recipe for disastrous brewing. The ingredients are just right for some very bad weather. And is the Northeast looking at another dreary weekend? Stay tuned for Weather Center, coming up next on the Weather Channel.
Welcome back. We've seen fire in action, but what is it? The short answer is a chemical reaction called combustion. When any fuel, such as wood or gas, is in the presence of an oxidizer, like oxygen, and an ignition source, it takes on a life of its own and can become self-sustaining. Fire needs three components: heat, fuel, and oxygen. Remove any one of these, and a fire will go out. Fuel and oxygen are in abundance all around. The key components are heat and the ignition source. Lightning strikes the planet 100 times per second, and at 50,000 degrees Fahrenheit is one heck of an ignition source. Even so, 90% of all fires are due to human activity.
Going down.
We've seen how to escape a building by simply going out a window and being lowered to safety. But what if you're afraid of heights or simply want something that can go where you go? Well, there's an option for you, as long as you don't mind running through flames.
Let's talk about this escape-safe fire suit that anyone can wear, or do you have to be a certain size?
Anybody can use this. This is really a commercial application. Actually, we have it children's and adults.
And how fast can you put it on? Within seconds?
Well, we say less than a minute to put the hood on and the suit and be ready to evacuate it.
So there's two pieces of this.
Two main components. We have a flashlight and a noisemaker with it, but the smoke hood and the aluminized fabric suit are the two main components.
And can you put it over any sort of bathrobe, or if you're sleeping, or what should you have under it?
Well, ideally, whatever you have at the moment. If you're in that situation where you've got a burning building and you have to leave, if you're in the bed and you just got a nightgown and it's hot and there's smoke in there, just throw it over that. It's also very useful for people that live in condominiums, high-rise condominiums, or high-rise buildings where you're working. Anything above 3 floors, it's really difficult to jump and come out okay.
The fireproof suit is designed for a rapid escape. The outside reflective material is made of aluminized woven fiberglass fabric and is designed to protect against radiant heat as well as direct contact with flames. But does it really work? There's only one way to find out. Firefighters create the controlled obstacle course and will be standing near Newton at all times. Even though every safety precaution is taken, the suit and Newton will be tested in a high-stakes simulation. As with any safety equipment, knowing how to use it is as important as having it. Newton gets a crash course in all of the fire suit's features, including how to put it on and how to use accessories like the flashlight and air mask. As Newton descends the stairway, he sees flames burning through a wall below and moves to the opposite side of the stairs. Turning a corner, he finds his path blocked and searches for another exit. Now, in a hallway, Newton navigates his way past 2 rooms engulfed in flames. Before finally making his way outside.
What was it like in there? I heard a lot of cracking and popping. I wasn't really sure what was going on. I couldn't see anything.
It was like a fire in there. It was hot, real hot.
Yeah?
I could feel it even in the suit. It was, it wasn't the same temperature, obviously, but you can see I'm sweating. And the air coming into the mask, the mask doesn't cool it off, so
the hot air is still hot, and that was one of the surprises to me.
Was it hard to see what was going on around you?
Yeah, it was really hard to see. They had this little flashlight, and it actually worked pretty good in some of the spots, you know. But yeah, it's real dark. Some of the parts, I couldn't see anything. But the thing I did notice about the suit was I was very close to the proximity of the fire up the stairs, which is like the worst spot to be. And, you know, I got a little sweaty, but I wasn't burned at all.
So you didn't feel threatened at all by the fire when you were in this suit?
No, not at all. I mean, the biggest threat for me was the hot air coming through the mask.
Did you crawl low to the floor like the firemen tell us to do, or did you just stand up to try to be in the elements?
Well, actually, it's good you mentioned that, because when I was leaving, we were doing a stairwell simulation, and had I been in a room, I probably would have gotten down on the ground with the hot air, but I wanted to see how the suit did, and I did bend down a little bit, because it was very hot. Like, the air in some spots didn't feel comfortable to breathe it.
So is this something you would recommend for people to have in their homes or carry along and travel with them as well?
Absolutely. It's not hard to put on, they're not hard to use, and they don't take up that much space. The suit was very easy to put on. I was surprised. You just jump in it just like you would a big pair of pajamas. Pretty self-explanatory, because I need to know all the technical info on this, because the dangers in there were a lot. Even through the suit, I could feel it. I could see the fire right next to me. I know it was enough to burn me if I wasn't in this suit. The air, when I was breathing it in, was a good indicator for me to know how hot it was in there, because this doesn't cool off the air. So anytime I got in a current of air that was hot, it would come right through here, and I knew, okay, I better, you know, get low because the heat rises.
If you don't get low, you start inhaling that smoke, you could pass out, and then you need someone to rescue you. So he had protection against the fire, protection against all the gases as well, and also, when he was walking down the stairs, he was holding onto the handle. He was actually able to grab onto the handle because of the suit he was wearing. Imagine if you had a fire raging, you can't touch anything. It's just too hot. So that helps guide him down the stairs, which were completely dark, pitch black. And if you're in your home, it's hard to navigate, even though you know it very well. When it's dark and there's a fire raging, you might think you know your way around your house, but it might be hard. You might lose your concentration. There's a lot going on. So it's good that he's protected from head to toe, outside and inside as well.
When we return, a fire so hot that firemen can't get close enough to fight it. Can this red disc make a difference? Find out next.
When you're disabled, you really need your Social Security disability benefits.
We'll deal with the government. You have enough to worry about.
Everywhere, all across America. Binder & Binder is America's most successful Social Security disability advocates.
Here they come. All the new tech products you need. And they're all looking for the same thing. The one place that makes technology easy. Staples. With highly trained tech experts and expanded tech centers, Staples makes finding the right technology just the way you want it. Easy. Easy to buy, easy to fix, easy to save. Staples. That was easy.
All right, everyone, we're live in 60.
The dreaded first sneeze. That crucial moment of your common cold when the voice in your head kicks in and says,
"You can't do anything about a cold."
We've got news for you. Yes, you can. At the first sign, grab some Zicam and cut that cold short. So the choice is yours. Shorten your cold or suffer through it. Get rid of your cold faster with Zicam.
The seasons change, but we still may suffer from nasal allergy symptoms. They can hit you year-round, indoors or out. Oh, to have relief. Prescription Nasonex is clinically proven to help relieve nasal allergy symptoms, including congestion, runny and itchy nose, and sneezing.
Side effects may include headache, viral infection, sore throat, nosebleeds, and coughing. Infections of the nose and throat and eye problems, including glaucoma or cataracts, may occur. Have regular eye exams. Slow wound healing may occur, so do not use Nasonex until your nose has healed from any sore, surgery, or injury. Nasonex can increase your risk of getting infections. Avoid contact with infections like chickenpox or measles while using Nasonex.
It does not come in generic form. Ask your doctor if Nasonex is right for you.
In the past 10 years, these 4 brands took home more Allure Best of Beauty awards than any others. Pantene, Olay, Venus and Gillette, and Secret. The 4 most awarded brands, keeping you your most beautiful from head to toe.
Welcome back to Geico Radio. It's savings on the radio.
Call us, Steve. Go right ahead.
Yeah, I just got a free rate quote on Geico.com. Saved a ton, and it only took me 5 minutes and 12 seconds. I was wondering, is that some sort of record?
That's a good question. Let's have a look.
Not quite. Someone's got you beat by 8 seconds.
Still, I mean, that's quite fast.
Well, what if I told you I only use one hand?
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Tonight on Cantore Stories. For Jim Cantore, it's heaven on earth.
Howling wind, horizontal rain, and pounding surf.
The Storm Tracker discovers a storm watcher's paradise.
The windier and the stormier, the better.
Cantore Stories. Tonight, 8/7 Central on the Weather Channel.
We now offer phone service for $1.70 a month with MagicJack. That's just $19.95 a year. $19.95 a year. We give you free local and long distance and your own phone number. How much could you save every month?
Over $100.
I'd say $40 to $50 a month.
About $40 a month.
About $50 a month.
You could save $500 to $1,000 a year. That's why over 6 million people have already made the switch to MagicJack. Start your savings today. Get MagicJack at Walgreens.
True or false? Your pet is safe from fleas, ticks, and heartworms in winter. Sorry, it's false. And these guys can mean big trouble. Your pets need year-round protection, plus medications for cold weather joint pain. Fortunately, they cost a lot less at 1-800-PET-MEDS, and they're delivered free, right to your door with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. For fast service, free shipping, and big savings, call now or order online from 1-800-PET-MEDS, America's largest pet pharmacy.
Firefighters face a wide variety of dangers when responding to house fires. From building collapse to gas lines, every fire has a certain level of unpredictability. But the constant concern of firemen is radiant heat, which can be so intense that it can keep them from getting anywhere near the actual source of the fire. But they may have a new weapon at their disposal.
We've seen ways to escape from a house or building if it's burning, whether you're wearing a suit or you're getting out the window. But firemen who do this every day, they need ways to protect themselves as well.
Yeah, we want to look at this product, which is essentially, it's like a smoke grenade. You pull this pin and throw it at the fire. And what it does, it emits a type of chemical that's not only supposed to react with the flames themselves, but it also cools down the room at the same time, which is real interesting. We're going to see if that works or not. It sounds cool.
The FINT stand for Fire Interruption Technology. It works like a grenade in that a pin is pulled and the 9-pound device is tossed into a burning room. At 900 degrees, the room is too hot for firefighters to enter for more than a few seconds. Once the grenade is deployed, the door is shut to keep as much oxygen as possible, which accelerates fire out of the room. The white wispy cloud spraying out of the grenade is potassium carbonate, a flame retardant that suppresses combustion and disrupts fire at a molecular level. But the real advantage is the rapid 600-degree drop in temperature that allows the firefighters to move in and extinguish any remaining fire safely.
At the office for you guys here, fighting fires. What were the readings that you guys got before you threw in the device and then after the device?
Well, initially we started off with a reading inside of there around like 900 to 1,000 degrees. We tossed the device inside of the room and let it do its job. And after we opened up the door, we found that it had dropped about 600-700 degrees down to about 300 degrees Fahrenheit.
How much does the heat that the fire is emitting, how much does that play into your job and how hard it makes it?
Plays into it a huge amount because it's the heat inside the room. Even for objects that aren't burning, they're still absorbing that heat and they're heating up themselves. It could get to a point that we call flashover, where the entire contents of the room ignite all at one time. And this device kept that peak temperature from getting to that point to where the whole room would flash over. It makes it much safer for firefighters to enter.
And what about the pallets that were on fire in here? When you went in there, were they out?
They were still smoldering. wood and those kinds of products still retain heat. So the device put out the open flame and knocked a lot of the heat out of the room, but those things are still hot, so they'll continue to smolder. So you're still required to have hose line